Lafayette, Indiana is the seat of Tippecanoe County, located on the east bank of the Wabash River in west central Indiana. Just a short run across the river from West Lafayette and Purdue University. Once a stop on the Wabash and Erie Canal, Lafayette has always been an oasis of commerce in the midst of central Indiana's rich farmland. In fact, Lafayette is an engine of Indiana's economy, boasting the nation's only Subaru manufacturing plant. GE Aviation, Alcoa, Wabash National, and Caterpillar also anchor the city's strong industrial base. And about 40% of the community's manufacturing jobs are in foreign-owned companies, making this Midwest town home to the world.
Part 2. So I got back from Texas, and I had a client that I had just met while I was in Texas, actually. He had flown out, and I met him there, and then he came back, and I hated him at this point. You know, the things that happened in Texas were just fucking terrible. And I had my other old client that was not my friend with me at this time, and he's, you know, he quit his job and he was gonna learn how to live in the streets type shit, and I was gonna teach him. And we went to go visit this guy that had fucked me over so bad in Texas. And I wasn't going to be nice, as that wasn't the plan. I'm not even going to say that. But, like, when I got out there, he was a really good guy. Like, he harmless. And I could tell, like, okay, things happen. And I couldn't have hurt a fly around him, you know. So, he ended up, you know, we had just got back. You know, neither one of us had a place to live. We were in hotels. And so we ended up staying out there every once in a while. And it was actually in a little town outside of Lafayette. And, I come over one day and he's like, look, he's like, Jaylen, look at these. And he's like shoving this fucking tablet in my face. He's like, read these. He's like, these messages. He was like, I answered a Craigslist ad for a gangbang a couple weeks ago, and this is what's being said. And I was like, Jesus, like, is she okay? Like, that's a long fucking gangbang. Like, what's going on? And he was like, no, that's not what it was about. And I was like, reading it, and like, I had just gotten away from this pimp that was, you know, fucking all trying to get a hold of me for a while. And he was back in Chicago at this point, but like, this girl that was a lot younger, she was very young, she was like 18, beautiful, intelligent, like, girl, that left an impression on me that I will never forget. She was, you know, stuck there with me as well, and that was like my only thing in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna get this girl out of this situation. Like, I'm very protective over girls in this industry, and girls, she wasn't even in this industry, you know, she was just in this fucked up situation. Well, I just got away from this pimp, long story short, and I was hating men at this point. So for what I read, I was like, oh my God. Like, and I'm telling you, like, anything can happen. Like, things have happened over like years, and, you know, my life. I don't fucking feel any type of way about it. Like, emotions about the shit. I'm just like, whatever. Like, literally, like, I can get, like, I've been raped type shit, and like, okay, who cares? Like, move on. Next day, whatever. Like, they're like, why are you talking to him? Because it's business. Like, carry on, scurry away. But these things that I was reading, I was disturbed. I'm still disturbed to this day. I still can't believe it. They're very hard to swallow. It's like a movie. It's all like a movie, but it's like a movie. I read about, you know, it's instead of a gangbang, it was actually these people, this club, and they were recruiting members, guys, this way. This is how they're getting, you know, people to get a hold of them. And they were having them take these girls, all ages, not escorts, not that it would matter, we were all the same, but I'm saying, like, some of these girls were, you know, young, and they were thinking they were talking to another girl online, and they thought they were going to go meet this girl, and, you know, they would take these girls very violently, and they would beat them and rape them and talk explicitly about it, and then they would tie them up and they would hold them, until this club came in the middle of the night to pick up, you know, its toys and take them wherever to the clubhouse and sell them or do other terrible things to them. And so I said, look, I was like, I told my friend, I was like, you are going to tell this man that you found a girl and you're going to tie me up and he can come over. And when he gets here, we're going to tie him up. And I'm going to see what he has to say, I guess. And he agreed. And so we begin the play. He's given me the number of this guy, and I'm texting him in the bathroom, and he's in there doing his thing on there, telling him things. And he was like, Jaylen. I was like, what? He said, they know you. I was like, everybody knows me, it's okay, whatever. He was like, no. Like, he comes out and his face is white. It's like he's a ghost. He looks sick. And he's like, no, they really know you. And so I look at the messages that he was talking about, and I was like, wow. Like, that's all I can still say to this day is wow. Like, it was obvious they knew me. Some of the things didn't make sense to me though, because I'd never been in, you know, some of these things they were saying, I was like, that's never happened, and that's never happened. I don't get it. This guy on the other end of this phone of these text messages, he said I belonged to them already, and that I ran away a couple years ago, and that he'd been trying to find me, and that I was theirs, like, and he was very adamant and very happy that this guy found me. And he even said, like, he would trade all his girls for me. Like, he was like, you can have all of them, but this one's mine. And he was, you know, going through, oh yeah, this is how I'm gonna do it, and like, I can't wait, you know, to see the look on her face when she sees who it is, and other things that was said. I will actually pause this for a sec. Okay, now what I had done is I had made like a PDF, and it basically highlights the things out of these text messages, because what happened was my friend, he ends up backing out of this thing, and like, I'm like, you have got to let me see who this is, so I'm not looking over my shoulder, you know. And he ended up coming out of his room and throwing his tablet on his bed, shutting his door, and left his own house. Like, he was like, he said something along the lines of the guy canceled, and he left. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And that guy didn't cancel. He was very, very, very happy about finding me. Like, he didn't just cancel. So I kicked the door in, and I grabbed that tablet, and it was on like a text now app. And I'm like wanting to go back to the beginning to see, like, did he tell me the truth? Like, I want to read all of this. And so I record, like, after I get to the beginning, I'm like scrolling and I'm scrolling, and I've got it all recorded so that I can always have what it was. And this is, so yeah, I basically took the prominent parts of these conversations. It's all disgusting, but I did like a, yeah, see, okay, so there's like, there it is. I will read you. The first part I'm going to be reading is going to be about the other girls. There's plenty of pictures in here of missing girls, of girls that they've taken, and it's very descriptive, so you guys don't want to like be sick to your stomachs type shit. Like, if you can't handle a lot of stuff, I wouldn't continue watching, honestly. So okay, this is between my client and whoever, this anonymous person, about the other girls. You're good with this, right? It's going to be brutal at times. They need to be taught. Okay, because you'll have to keep them tied up, and when you're gone, until they'll learn, I'll help teach them. Until then, they're the club's toys. Tie her up good, maybe around her neck too, something sturdy, as well as her hands and feet. Whip the fuck out of her. Make sure to send some pics, and I'll be by later. Yeah, still 8 to 10, maybe a little later. She has a long drive. LOL. Okay, she'll fight. Don't be nice. Beat the hell out of her if you have to. We'll get some little ones too then. Try not to knock out any teeth though. She might hold a grudge, LOL. This club is going to be great. We already have so many girls. The girls will rotate to different houses, but either members will host or will hold them once in a while where they're being held at. That part is up to you though. There will always be another place we can take them. We're working on setting up a storefront, a steady spot with a liquor license. Fucking choke her ass out. Drag her out if she won't go nicely. I'm trying to talk her into driving there now. If you can get a hold of her, tie her ass up and rape her. If you know where she is. If not, then sit out there for a few and see if I can get her to come to you. Keep her there for now if you can get to her. You're her trainer. She's gonna be sketchy, so no one knows where she is or where she went. Try to be nice at first. If not, then fuck her up. I don't know. She's being fucking stubborn. Hey, I've got some new pics of a member's wife, if you want to see her. I can't wait to hear this chick scream. I think she might be for sale too. And there's pictures. Okay, she's never had anal, so we want to DP her in a gangbang. I'll write him and ask. He wants to see her in pain bad. I guess she's a real bitch and he doesn't care at this point. Most of them, okay, then he asked, is she from the Lafayette area? My friend had asked that, and he said, no, most of them aren't. She's out near Greentown, near Kokomo. Because this is in Lafayette, you guys. Like, this stuff is in Lafayette right now. Okay. He wants to see her double-fisted, beaten and bleeding. He wants to hear her beg for her life, so I'm guessing he really hates her, LOL. Yeah, he wants me to break her pussy bone and shove a 2-liter up her ass. I told him some of that could kill her, so he decided on just a brutal gangbang. Oh yeah, she's not going anywhere. We haven't started tricking her out. He wants her to obey, but he thinks she's too stubborn and will probably fuck her up and sell her. We do have a very powerful member in our group. I didn't even realize it until last night. He's gonna have very good connections to help with certain things. I hope anyway. Okay, I'll see if I can get her. I'd fuck the hell out of her. Be fun to torture her. What? Okay, that's some things about the other girls. I'm going to read. The next stuff is like about me. It's when they were talking about me. And now, remind you, yeah, this is also how I knew that, yes, they knew me, because a lot of it is head on. It's obvious. I'm like, oh, yeah. But a lot of it, like, and I'll point out the things that I was confused about. Like, I didn't understand, because I'm like, that has never happened. And like, what the fuck? So it was confusing to like have somebody that knows you and then like it's throwing shit in there. All right. So, okay, he's like, I told her that I call you boss man. He said, I know, that was perfect. Awesome. Give her the address, pick her up if needed, try to have her tied by the time I get there. I told her to listen to you. She should do so willingly. I told her to be there no later than 2:30. She is one tough bitch, so be careful. She's very dumb, though. She should let you restrain her. She sent me pics. It's her. Then tell her you're not getting her and it's up to her to be there. She'll be there, trust me. I'll be taking her with me after we have some fun with her. You can have all the other women I can send, but this bitch has always been mine. He said, damn it, now I found her, and you're just gonna take her like that? He said, she's all about the money. You can pay her if you want and get it back later when I get there. She's a meth head thief. She was in charge of some things and left with a night's pay. Now it's time for her to pay it back. See, that's the part, that's the first part I was confused about. I've never been in charge of anything for anybody, and I've never just left with anything. Like, I'm so lost. Okay, you'll be able to fuck her all you want. She's been a hard head to train, let's put it that way. Giving her a deposit is up to you. If you don't want to, then tell her I'll double the grand, but she'll have to talk to me about it. She'll show up. I know her very, very well. She's crazy as fuck. Ask her nicely to be tied and wait for me. It's club policy. You can fuck her if you want when she's tied. I don't give a flying fuck what you do to her. I'll still do worse. And I'm just gonna say, like, that, the last sentence of that has been the one thing that has stuck with me. Like, that shit, it resonates in my fucking head when I think about this shit. Like, you'll still do worse. Like, that's some fucked up shit. Okay, so have her stripped and ready. It's club policy. I'll talk with her about anything else she wants to know. Make sure she's tied good. She's gonna want to fight and run when she sees me. LOL. Tell her money is no issue. It's the privacy that's important to the club. I'll come in with a hat and bandana on. You're gonna love the look on her face when I take off the bandana. Okay, she's desperate. Always has been. She sees money, and that's all she's interested in. We have a long history. She's been hiding. I told her she would come to me someday. She didn't believe me. Haven't seen her in over 2 years. She belongs to me and she knows it. That's another. I was like, I've never belonged to anybody. Like, what the fuck is going on? I never ran away, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so lost. I can walk in without that stuff, but I want to be face to face with her when I take it off. This bitch is the most hard-headed slut I've ever had. LOL, you're fine. It's not a big deal. She was just given too much slack and trust, and it won't happen again. You'll be able to fuck her all you want. You'll never have to pay. She's mine. Nothing to worry about, man. You'll have a great time. I've got more dirt on her than a city landfill. Huh. Okay, it's fine. It'll be better to have her there. Don't worry about a room. She'll be fine. I'll worry about that. She won't cause you any problem once she sees who she's dealing with. Trust me. She'll never come back unless you want her, and she's already club property, so you'll never pay. You'll have nothing to worry about. Trust me, it'll be fine. Tell her if she plans to be dropped off, then the club isn't interested, and you can meet her wherever, but I need her to come alone. I've been waiting on her to come back on her own for a while now. This will not ever cause you any problems. I'm very careful, and I know how to go about these things. It's really not a big deal. Trust me. I would save your money for some other tail. She's free if we do this right. She knows she's mine. Always has. I've tried to get her off the dumb shit for years. You could say I'm her rehab. I tried to help. I hope doing it this way is okay for you. She would be a very valuable asset to the club. If you want to meet her somewhere and blindfold her and bring her back to your place, that'll work too. I don't want you to be uncomfortable with this. No dumb shit. She just wasn't trained good enough. If you can tie her up and bring her back, really, it's not a problem. None of us should have to pay for her ass. It'll be fine. Neither of us will ever cause you any issue ever. It's more for a club as a whole than anything. No problems, man, I swear. Because my friend's like, what the fuck? Like, you sound like you're trying to kill her type shit. He said, I don't know, the way you started talking, you was going to kill her or something. I ain't about to get caught up in no dumb shit. I don't even know you. I don't know what she did. You say she is a snake and a thief, and then you say she's cool. No problems, man, I swear. It's not about that, okay? Sorry if this has all been a bit much. She just needs to be retrained is all. Text me later. I'm about to pass out anyhow. Send me the pic of the Edinburgh chick. I doubt I know that one, LOL. Okay, I'll send a few out tonight. Forget about both of those. Got this new one here. I'll send pics. She likes being fucked in the ass by women with a strap on and likes an abusive girlfriend. She doesn't like men at all. And then he's like, if she says no, tell her we're gonna pass. If she, so he was talking about if I was not gonna come alone. Phone's gonna die at 1%. Text you here soon. Tell her she will be compensated, but I'll deal with her when the time is right. Okay, got my phone plugged in. Should be okay for a few. Tell her money isn't an issue. It's the club rules that she will need to read through. Like, this shit was 2017, and like, I promise you, it does not get any, like, it doesn't matter how many times I read it or whatever, like, it's still unreal to me. Like, what the fuck? And this shit right here, this is in Lafayette. Like, this is our, you know, our kids, our freaking friends, whatever, like, that are going through this stuff. Like, I was, like, starting to think, like, there's girls on here. Like, there's pictures. Like, how do I find people that are missing? I am going to be honest with you guys. Like, if it comes to kids or if it comes to, like, this kind of shit, I will tell on you. Like, my street credibility is very, very good when it comes to everything else. But I will tell on you if you're taking little girls. I will tell on you if you're hurting kids. And this shit right here is fucking disgusting. Like, these girls, like, some of them aren't even 18 years old. And just to hear the way that you guys, like, just start fucking talking is fucking disgusting. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just another day, another thing. And, like, they get rid of girls' cars. Like, these girls, like, nobody knows where they're at. And they're, like, they take their cars, they get rid of them. And who knows where they're at now, you know? Like, and they laugh at it. They laugh. And so I gave this information, these text messages, I gave it to a very high-ranking officer that did nothing with it. He's had this information the whole entire time and has done nothing with it. Now think about it. What does it say to you? What does that say to you? Speculative comments on my part are definitely staying in my mouth. I will make another video on that because it'll tie everything together in a really fucked up way. But I'll let you guys soak on that first. I'm posting all of this up there. You guys can do what you will with it. Read it, share it with a friend, make rumors about it. Sure, you know, there'll be a million stories by tomorrow that are completely not what the fuck I just said, but it is what it is. I still am not 100% sure who's behind those messages, but I'm sure that I've been very close to, like, not being right here talking to you guys and telling you these things. And as this stuff keeps on unfolding with, like, the judge and everybody else that's going to be affected by it, it's just a dangerous situation. And hopefully you guys will make a fucking enough noise for me in case something does happen and I do come up gone. I just wanted the truth out there before that happened, honestly. Like, I was so ready, I was willing, I was like, I'm gonna die over this shit. Like, a while ago, I was, like, dead sure, like, I wouldn't be here right now. And, I just wanted, you know, I've given it all this stuff that I do have, all the evidence about these bogus ass shit, like, all of it. Like, I've given it to a few people that have it backed up, so that it's not just, like, one person, and it's people that people would never think of, and they've got, you know, hard drives of it and things like that, so that if they think they can just take it from me, like, they're gonna have to do a lot more work than that. But I will tell you what else has happened and later. I'm definitely so sick of talking and I'm sick of hearing my voice. So I'm going to sign off and post this stuff. It's been a long time coming, and you can hit my inbox with questions, I guess, if you have them. Please just if you have any info, if like holler at me. Jaylen signing off.